The evening air was thick with anticipation as I stood outside my neighbor's door, my heart racing with the possibilities that lay ahead. It was a rare invitation, one that made my cheeks flush with excitement. I had loved him in the quiet shadows of our shared lives, my stolen glances and lingering touches, a silent confession of the feelings I harbored. Yet, I had never found the courage to voice those words aloud. Tonight, however, felt different. There was an intimacy in his invitation, a promise of something more. I knocked softly, and the door swung open almost immediately. He stood there, a warm smile illuminating his face, his eyes sparkling with a light that melted away my hesitation. "Come in," he said, his voice a gentle caress. As I stepped inside, I was enveloped by the scent of him, clean, crisp, and undeniably his. The dim lighting cast a golden glow over his features, emphasizing the softness that made my heart swell. He looked happy, and that simple fact filled me with warmth. We stood close, the air between us charged with an electric tension that was both thrilling and terrifying. Without warning, he reached for me, his hands gentle yet insistent. Our eyes locked, and in that moment of shared understanding, words became unnecessary. Our lips met in a tender kiss, the first of many. Initially, it was hesitant, as if we were both afraid of breaking the delicate spell that had entwined us. But then, his arms wrapped around me, pulling me closer, and the hesitancy melted into something deeper, something profound. The warmth of his body against mine sent a shiver through me, and I sighed against his lips. The kiss deepened, slow and intoxicating, a dance that only we understood. His fingers trailed up my spine, igniting waves of heat within me, and I responded by pressing closer, yearning for more of him. The world outside ceased to exist. All that mattered was this moment, this connection. He pulled away just enough to look into my eyes, his forehead resting against mine. "I've wanted this for so long," he murmured, his breath fanning over my lips. A smile bloomed on my face. "Me too." The night unfolded in whispers and caresses, each kiss a promise, each touch a revelation. Love had woven itself between us, filling the very air we breathed. As we held each other, our hearts beating in perfect harmony, I knew this was only the beginning. Hours slipped by unnoticed, lost in a haze of laughter and lingering touches. We moved from the doorway to the couch and then to his bedroom, where the soft glow of city lights filtered through the curtains, casting shadows that danced with our every movement. Lying beside him, fingers intertwined, I traced gentle patterns across his skin, memorizing every inch of him. "Tell me something about you I don't know," I whispered, my voice laced with curiosity and affection. He smiled, eyes half-lidded, as he ran a hand through my hair. "I used to watch you from my window, wondering if you'd ever notice me watching. I thought I was the only one who felt this way." A soft chuckle escaped me. "If only you knew how many times I wanted to say something, how many times I stopped myself." "No more stopping now," he murmured, pressing a kiss to my forehead. "No more hesitation." So we talked, sharing our deepest thoughts and quiet dreams, weaving them into the tapestry of our newfound love. The night stretched on, but we had forever ahead of us. In that moment, wrapped in his arms, I knew I was exactly where I was meant to be. The following morning, sunlight streamed through the blinds, painting golden lines across our tangled limbs. I stirred slightly, feeling his arms tighten around me as if afraid I'd vanish with the morning light. I smiled, pressing a kiss to his bare shoulder. "Good morning," he murmured, his voice husky from sleep. I looked up to meet his gaze, his eyes still heavy with dreams. "Morning. Did you sleep well?" "Better than I ever have," he admitted, a sleepy smile playing on his lips. "You?" I nodded, running my fingers through his tousled hair. "I don't think I've ever felt this content." His fingers traced circles on my back, the slow, soothing motion making me sigh. "I want this every morning." Me too, I whispered. The quiet between us was filled with stolen kisses, soft laughter, and the gentle rustling of sheets. It felt like the beginning of something real, something lasting. As the days passed, our love deepened. Every touch, every shared glance held more meaning. We spent evenings cooking together, playfully stealing kisses between chopping vegetables and stirring sauces. The kitchen became our sanctuary, filled with laughter and the aroma of home-cooked meals. We danced around each other, a rhythm that felt natural and right. One night, we decided to make homemade pizza. As we rolled out the dough, our hands brushed against each other, igniting sparks of desire. "Let's make it a competition," he suggested, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "Whoever makes the best pizza gets to choose the movie tonight." I laughed, accepting the challenge. We topped our pizzas with an array of ingredients, the playful banter echoing through the kitchen as we tried to outdo each other. When the pizzas were finally baked to perfection, we sat at the table, eagerly tasting our creations. "Okay, I have to admit, yours is really good," I said, trying to suppress a grin. "Just good?" he teased, his eyes sparkling. "All right, it's amazing," I conceded, unable to hide my laughter. After dinner, we curled up on the couch, his head resting in my lap as I read to him. His fingers drew lazy patterns on my skin, leaving a trail of warmth that made my heart flutter. I lost myself in the sound of his voice, the way he laughed at the silly parts of the story, the way his eyes sparkled with joy. One evening, as we lay on his balcony under a blanket of stars, he turned to me, his expression serious yet tender. "Move in with me." My heart skipped a beat. "Are you sure?" "I've never been more sure of anything," he said, taking my hands in his. "I don't want to wake up without you anymore. I don't want a single day without you in it." Tears pricked my eyes, but they were happy tears. "Yes," I breathed, capturing his lips in a kiss that tasted of forever. And so, our love story continued. One filled with endless kisses, whispered confessions, and the promise of a lifetime together. As we settled into our new life, the days became a beautiful blend of routine and spontaneity. Mornings were filled with soft kisses and shared breakfast, while evenings turned into adventures, exploring the city we both loved. We discovered hidden cafes, wandered through art galleries, and danced in the rain, our laughter echoing through the streets. Each moment together felt like a treasure, a memory etched into the fabric of our lives. We learned more about each other, uncovering layers of dreams and desires that deepened our bond. He revealed his love for painting, and I found myself captivated by the way he spoke about his art, his passion shining through every word. One rainy afternoon, we decided to visit a local gallery showcasing emerging artists. As we wandered through the exhibit, I found myself drawn to one particular painting, a vibrant landscape that seemed to pulse with life. "This is stunning," I said, my voice filled with awe. He moved closer, his arm wrapping around my waist. "It reminds me of you," he said softly. I turned to him, surprise flickering in my eyes. "Really? Why?" "Because it's full of color and emotion," he explained, his gaze intense. "Just like you." My heart swelled at his words. In that moment, I realized how deeply he saw me, how he cherished every part of who I was. It was a feeling I had never experienced before, and it left me breathless. As we continued to explore the gallery, he pulled me into a quiet corner where the noise of the world faded away. He leaned in, his lips brushing against mine in a soft, lingering kiss. "I want to create a life with you," he whispered against my lips. "A life filled with art and love." My heart fluttered at the thought, and I nodded, my eyes shining with unshed tears. "I want that too." In the months that followed, our love only grew stronger. We started decorating our new home, filling it with pieces that reflected our personalities and quirks. We painted the walls together, choosing colors that made us feel alive, vibrant blues, and sunny yellows that danced with joy. One evening, as we painted the living room, I stood on a ladder, reaching for a high spot. He watched me with an amused grin, shaking his head. "You're going to fall if you keep stretching like that." "I've got this," I insisted, determined to prove him wrong. Just as I reached for the brush, my foot slipped, and I let out a startled squeal. Before I could even react, he was there, his arms wrapping around my waist, pulling me close. I looked up into his eyes, and the world faded away. "See? I told you," he said, his voice low and teasing. Okay, you were right," I admitted, laughing as he steadied me. We stood there for a moment, caught in the spell of each other's gaze, and then he leaned down, capturing my lips in a kiss that sent sparks dancing through my body. It was a sweet, playful kiss that turned into something deeper, igniting the passion that simmered beneath the surface. Later that night, we collapsed onto the couch, exhausted but happy. "I love our home," I said, snuggling into his side. "Me too," he replied, wrapping his arms around me. "It's our little sanctuary." As the days turned into weeks, we continued to build our life together, each moment a brushstroke on the canvas of our love story. We celebrated anniversaries, marked milestones, and cherished the quiet moments of everyday life. One evening, as we prepared for a dinner party with friends, he surprised me with a beautiful bouquet of flowers. "These are for you," he said, handing them to me with a shy smile. I gasped, overwhelmed by his thoughtfulness. "They're gorgeous. Thank you." He leaned in, kissing my forehead. "I wanted to remind you how much you mean to me." As our friends arrived, the night was filled with laughter and shared stories. We cooked together, each movement a dance in the kitchen, our love palpable in every glance and touch. The warmth of friendship enveloped us, a reminder of the beautiful community we had built around our love. After dinner, we gathered on the balcony, the stars twinkling above us like tiny diamonds scattered across the sky. I looked over at him, my heart swelling with gratitude. I couldn't have imagined a more perfect life. He took my hand, his thumb brushing over my knuckles. "This is just the beginning. I want to keep creating memories with you, forever." The words hung in the air, a promise that resonated deep within my soul. I leaned in, capturing his lips in a kiss that spoke of dreams and futures, a kiss that held the weight of our love. As the seasons changed, so did our lives. We ventured on spontaneous road trips, discovering hidden gems along the way. One sunny afternoon, we found ourselves at a quaint little beach town, the golden sand stretching endlessly before us. We spent the day exploring the shoreline, collecting seashells and laughing at the waves that crashed around our feet. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, he turned to me, his expression filled with sincerity. "I want to take you somewhere special." Curiosity piqued, I followed him down the beach, hand in hand, until we reached a secluded spot. He pulled out a blanket, laying it on the sand, and we settled down, the sound of the waves serenading us. He reached into his bag, revealing a small box. My heart raced as he opened it, revealing a delicate silver bracelet adorned with tiny charms, each representing a moment we had shared together. "I made this for you," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "Each charm is a memory, a piece of our journey." Tears welled in my eyes as I took the bracelet, overwhelmed by his thoughtfulness. "It's beautiful. Thank you." He took my hands in his gaze unwavering. "I want to keep creating memories with you, building a life that's uniquely ours." I nodded, my heart swelling with love. "I want that too." As the stars twinkled above us, we shared a kiss that sealed our promise, a vow to cherish every moment, to face the future together, hand in hand. The months turned into years, and our love story continued to flourish. We celebrated milestones, supported each other through challenges, and found joy in the simplest of moments. Our home became a sanctuary filled with laughter, warmth, and love. One evening, as we sat on the couch, Flipping through old photo albums, I stumbled upon a picture of us from our early days, caught in a candid moment, our faces lit up with laughter. "Look at us," I said, laughing at how young we looked. He leaned in closer, wrapping an arm around my shoulders. "We've come a long way since then." "Yes, we have," I agreed, my heart swelling with affection. "And it just keeps getting better." He turned to me, his expression serious yet tender. "I want to make this official." My heart raced as I deciphered his words. "What do you mean?" He took a deep breath, reaching for a small box he had hidden beside him. My breath caught in my throat as he opened it, revealing a stunning engagement ring that sparkled in the soft light. "Will you marry me?" Tears of joy streamed down my cheeks as I nodded, unable to find the words. "Yes. Yes, of course." He slipped the ring onto my finger, and in that moment, the world faded away. We kissed, our lips meeting in a passionate embrace filled with love and promise. It was a kiss that sealed our fate, a kiss that marked the beginning of a new chapter in our love story. As we planned our wedding, excitement filled the air. Each detail became a celebration of our journey together, a reflection of our love and the life we had built. The day arrived, and as I walked down the aisle, my heart raced with anticipation. He stood there, his gaze fixed on me, his eyes filled with love and admiration. When our eyes met, I felt a rush of emotion. The world around us faded, and in that moment, it was just the two of us. We exchanged vows, promising to support, love, and cherish each other for all eternity. Our kiss sealed the promise we had made, a kiss that ignited a spark of joy, a kiss that marked the beginning of forever. As we embarked on this new journey as husband and wife, our love continued to blossom. We traveled to new places, explored each other's dreams, and created a home filled with love and laughter. One evening, as we sat on our porch, watching the sun dip below the horizon, he turned to me, a soft smile gracing his lips. "I can't believe how lucky I am to have you." I smiled back, my heart full. "I feel the same way." He leaned in, capturing my lips in a sweet, lingering kiss, a kiss that spoke of our journey, our love, and the beautiful future ahead. And so, our love story continued, one filled with endless kisses, whispered confessions, and the promise of a lifetime together. Each day was an adventure, a new page in our shared story, and I knew that no matter where life took us, as long as we were together, our love would always be the greatest journey of all.